My name is Bertron Curtis, and I love J. Ross TV.
What's up, y'all? This your boy J. Ross hanging with the man himself, y'all. I got a treat for you. Pianist extraordinaire Bertron Curtis in St. Louis hitting with Sheila E. Y'all, they get ready to do it up in about an hour, so he ain't got long. But I just wanted to holler at him, man, and get a little information for y'all so he can tell y'all how you can make it to the big stage where he at now. So, B, I know you had to start off small.
Absolutely.
So in starting off small, what are some of the things you had to do in order to make it up where you are now?
Basically, man, treat the smaller gigs as if I was already on a big stage.
Oh yeah.
You know, preparation and everything for the smaller gigs were no different from. That's what prepared me for the moment, you know, that I had when Sheila came and scooped me up. So
yeah.
I would say to a lot of young musicians, you know, don't downplay your local gigs. You know, the little work that you do get. Be grateful for it and treat it as if it's where you want to be already.
Yeah, but B, how you fool your mind into thinking like that, though? You know, because most people can't think like that. They already thinking of the big stage. So
right.
When you making $50 and you playing for 3 hours in some hole in the wall, and you knowing at some point you're gonna be on the big stage, how did you trick your mind, though?
That's a good question, man. I really, you know, I don't know. I think when you want to come up and you realize, you know, it's baby steps. And I listen to the OGs, man. You know, a lot of the older cats who schooled me and let me know, you know, you got a lot to learn before you get out here. You know what I'm saying? And I took that and I took their wisdom, and you know, using those shows and every opportunity I had to play on whatever stage.
Yeah.
I took that moment to learn, you know, and to get as much as I could out of it, and really, you know, really took the advice of the old cats, man, of the old heads, and you know, whatever they would instruct me to do, that's what I would do. So, you know, I was just grateful for, you know, the opportunities to play, man. So, you know, I would just say be humble, you know, and wait your turn.
Now, what about like cats growing up in your hood with you? People pretty supportive at the time, or you know, was crab in the barrel mentality?
People were pretty supportive, man. You know, I think it's just one of those things where, you know, you want respect, you got to give it. You know, so a lot of the guys, and even now, a lot of the younger guys respect me back at home, and that's because I show them love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when I see them,
it's
all about your attitude. You got to have a great attitude on and off the stage.
Right.
That also will carry over when you know, that'll help you keep a job. And keep a gig is, you know, you not being basically a butthole off the stage.
Yeah.
So when a lot of guys come up to me and meet me, they see that I'm down to earth, man. You know, I don't have my nose stuck up in the air because I play for somebody or none of that goodness. And I've been that way, you know, before all of this.
Yeah.
So, you know, just maintain a level head, you know what I'm saying, and just remain humble. And, you know, let God exalt you, man. Let God bring that opportunity to you.
Yeah. Hey, what about like discipline, B? How did you who put you in the frame of mind to have discipline? Because the gigs that you play, you got to have discipline. You just can't play whatever you want to play, your favorite run and all that.
Man, I credit that to first just my hunger to want to, you know, when I used to listen to records, I wanted to sound just like whoever was playing.
Yeah.
And I would also you know, listen to the sounds, to the patches they were using, do my best with what I had, you know, to match those sounds.
Yeah.
And so, and then later on when I started getting calls to do gigs, that's what I was getting called for, because people would hear my stacks and my brass sounds and certain things, and they'd be like, man, you know, that sounds just like the song, or, you know, whatever. So, you know, I would say discipline yourself to, if you're learning a record, learn it the way it is. You know, as if the artist or whoever song that is, as if they're listening to you.
Yeah.
You know, they want to hear their record. So don't make your interpretation of the record. Play the record for how it is, you know, how it goes.
Yeah.
Respect the music, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So in playing for such a well-known artist like Sheila E., now she give you liberty to go off rails a little bit.
She does.
Yeah.
She does, keeping in mind that we make mature decisions while we play.
We don't know what that means, babe.
Man,
you just went over our head, dude.
Man, well, you know, it's all about placement. You know what I'm saying? It's all about placement. You got to know if this is a moment for me to lay back and pad, or if this is a moment open for me explore and stretch out a little
Yeah.
bit. So it takes maturity to know that this is not my show. So I got to know my role.
I got you.
But at the same point in time, you also learn the artist. You learn what they look for, what they want, and what they don't want. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just a little bit of you doing your homework, and studying and knowing how, what you're at liberty to do and what you're not. So, you really gotta do your homework.
Yeah. 2 more questions because I know you got to go change and
Yes,
bounce. For young cats, man, what's some of the pointers that you can give them to say, hey, man, y'all be aware of this or do this or don't do that as they mature, to where you are now? Is there something that you can get them that they might listen to so they can avoid pitfalls?
Man, always stay hungry. Always never get complacent. Always be on top of your game. Don't never act like you've arrived. Don't ever gather that type of mentality to say that, you know what I'm saying, I'm the best at what I do or whatever. It's good to be confident, but you got to stay on the grind. I mean, even now, I'm on it. I'm blessed to be where I am, but I got to work hard to stay where I am.
Right.
I don't get complacent in the fact that I'm playing for Sheila, I'm playing for other artists as well, and it's all good. No, man, you got to constantly learn your craft. Study your craft to the fullest, and study the guys that are better than you. Get around some guys that are better than you. And learn from them. Shed with some guys that are better than you. That way you're having something to look forward to, something to reach, something to go after, opposed to just, you might be practicing, but if you're practicing by yourself and practicing the same thing, you're not growing.
Right.
So, get around some cats, man, that'll challenge you to grow. I'm gonna say that.
All right, last question, y'all. Then we're gonna let B roll. He got to bounce real quick, y'all. What about relationship, man? Back home and you on the road, you traveling, man. How can a professional touring musician compensate, keep the wife, girlfriend, kids happy while they out?
Man, that's a good question. Much is given, much is required. And so with that saying, the responsibilities that I had before I got on the road, I still have, and that is my wife and my 3 lovely, my 3 kids.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a family man. And so, when I'm home, I don't really get a break. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a good thing for a lot of you young guys that if you don't have families, if you don't, you're out here on the road, take advantage of that. But keep in mind, when you do start having families and you still want to be on this road, that means you still got to be daddy when you get home and you super tired because you've been, you did a 2 or 3 week run. You still got to be husband when you get home. So, you still have to create that balance. That's your response. That's my responsibility. I have to create that balance. And so what I often try to do is make sure, I take a day or take a week, man, to get my family. We go on a vacation or I'll take my wife out, try to spend that time with my wife, man, and keep the home happy because that's what it's about in the first place.
All right, y'all, that's B. Hey, we got a PS real quick. Real quick, man. Money. What can you tell these cats, man, to put some money up for a rainy day?
Man, yeah. I mean, that goes without saying. You gotta, the road, the thing about it is when you're working, you're working. When you're not, you're not. So,
That's rough.
I say to some guys, it's okay if you got a part-time job. If you can't do music full-time, do what you got to do to survive. I had a full transportation business, and while I was still working, still gigging and still, doing whatever I could do because I had a family to support too. So, even if you don't have a family, it doesn't matter. You still got to be financially, you got to get yourself in a position where you're financially stable and secure. So if that calls you to hustle a little bit more, get a part-time job or get something, or, you getting these gigs and stuff, don't splurge your money, man. Save your money. Save your money.
Man, hey, y'all, that's real talk, y'all.
Absolutely.
From the man himself, y'all,
Yes,
keyboardist extraordinaire Bertron Curtis in St. Louis,
Yes,
hitting
sir.
with Sheila E. We at the Peabody Opera House. We're going to let him roll. He got to go get his monkey suit on, y'all. So it's your boy, J. Ross, 10 million strong. We gone. Peace.
Love y'all. Peace.